zip first screen here because I selected. So I selected the. Um, yeah, I selected the. Wait, so what am I trying to say here? So I selected the option that to use the webcam, even though I don't want to use the webcam. I don't want to have this screen here, which is my laptop. Uh, Lid is closed, so my webcam is not being used right now. But anyway, so we'll just live with this for a second here. So what are the options that we have in our live stream? And I'm imagining just what's on the screen in our recorded voices is all people are hearing right now. If there's anybody even listening, but where how do we get to know that? Where is that this pop out dashboard? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I just found this. Yeah. So learning about Germany. Excellent. What is it? I don't know what that green means. Excellent. All right. So concurrent viewers. All right, add stream marker. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Share. I guess you could share this. Yeah. So you can share it on social media. Owners. Huh? Oh, it's just to see what it does. Okay. Bless you, Cole. So it would probably be good to, yeah, because this is going to actually create a recording. It's copied to clipboard, and so we'll go down here to Telegram. Learning about Germany, right? Yeah, that's exactly. That's what the title of this one's going to be. Um, so let's see. Here's Mike. There you go. So Mike's going to try and join using his phone, so that way we can see what happens. It should show up that we have a viewer once he does that. And now, but and then once he joins, maybe we'll see the chat display because I don't see that anywhere here. I'll minimize this screen. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not. Well, right here at the top, we can see that nobody has joined. Nobody has given us a thumbs up. So that much we can see in this screen. But where is the? Does the chat? Does the chat? Oh wait, on the right hand side here, it says top chat. What? I can hear. I hear you talking. Is that Mike? Oh, okay. So it's an issue on your end, though. It's not. It's not something I've done. It's just because you've got two devices. Yeah, yeah. 1:36 p.m. No, yeah, and we're not up in the wee hours of the morning, right? And hopefully we will not be doing that at all. But but you never know with Michael and I. It could happen. Definitely with me. I don't know. Oh yeah, okay. But it's for whatever reason it doesn't show there, and there's the like. You get a thumbs up, but yeah, but right here, and you must have used annotation. So here, let me see that. What do we got here? Annotation color. So yeah, so you went like that. Yeah, all right. And then how do we get rid of that? Yeah, see, like, but yours disappeared, but mine didn't. Okay, so here's, come on now. So, so we got these two things here. We have, we have, even though you're on, you're looking at it, right? Looking at the live stream, and it's not showing that we have a. Oh, now it does. It took a little bit for the to show up. And then here is the thumbs up you gave it before. All right, well, that's cool. That, yeah, you were the only one that has logged in, so that must have been you. Because we're, see, yeah, right. And I'm curious. I'm curious. See, I don't know what it's recording as sound. Because here, let's. I got to find out what's going on here because we are using. I'm curious as to what, for anybody that it might possibly look at this at a later date. I'm on with my cousin Michael. My name's Jack, and we're on with Garry from Germany. He lives in Germany, but he's from the Ukraine, and so we're trying to set up our first live stream here, and it's so far not going very well. Trying to figure this out as we go. So enjoy. Right, so now how do I get that? Just get my pointer back. So get moderation helps everyone feel safe. Okay, whatever. All right, so close that window. GPT Live turned on subscriber only mode. Okay, slow mode is on. Oh, wait, so here is the chat. Public Chat publicly as GPT Live Lab. So, hello, world. And so, have you tried to? You see you have the live chat there, Michael? Garry, say something. Right? Yeah, yeah. That's okay. So let's just leave it in there, and let's see. Mute. Looking at the options that I have. So I'm wondering if my, okay, customization. I'm trying to figure out, like, this is not. I'm trying to find out, like, where can I find out, like, what audio sources can I use here, because I want, you know I I don't necessarily want it to just hit my mic. I'd like it to pick up whatever is being output by the computer, and I don't see any options here. Like, here's channel level settings, pop out dashboard. You know what that does. Send feedback. Don't have access to this feature, whatever that feature is right there. Don't have access. Well, I don't have access to whatever these are. There's a camera icon and a, looks like a broadcast or a icon or something. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's the live stream button. It doesn't tell me when I hover over it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I did because I had to pop it out. Get the hamburger menu that pops out. So this stream option is not available for whatever. Webcam, you don't have access to this feature. Why not? I mean, my webcam it is built into the laptop, and we're seeing what it's seeing right now because the lid's closed. But it says I don't have access to this feature. Manage. Well, I can hover over that. Nothing. And then we got, All right, but here, so I go here. So here's the edit for the live stream that we're in right now. So here's it, learn about Germany. Okay, and here's where had selected webcam, and so apparently I can't change this right now. Like it's blacked out. I can't change it. Public. I can change it from the visibility from public to private or unlisted, and I guess that's for when it's done and it records. I can set categories. I can add a thumbnail. I can assign it to a playlist. Let's see, audience, whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, and I am not seeing any options here. All right, so maybe we'll change the name of this because it's really not learning about Germany. Uh, yeah, this is our first attempt at live. Well, it didn't get, see, that's where we started, and well, that had a whole other set of problems, but we'll get to that in a minute. Um, well, yeah, we started before when you were away, but then you came back. Um, so yeah, we're still in a Zoom meeting, right? Exactly. But right now, okay, Mike, hold on, stop. I started a live stream from YouTube Studio, and what I am attempting to do is figure out. I think the only thing that is being recorded here right at the moment is my voice because my laptop lid is closed, so it's not showing any video. It's just got that grayish screen because it's picking up light from the room, uh, and so I'm trying to figure out how do I get the system volume and like like in Zoom how you can select like what microphone you're using, like what your input source is, what your output source is for sound. Oh, okay. Forget about the details. Just I want to be able to select it. I can't even find here in YouTube Studio in this live stream setting here. I can't even find where you would select your input and outputs. It's like yeah, and I tried there were two options when I started the live stream. One of them was to use the webcam. The other was to use external software. I couldn't seem to go. I kept on hitting the OK button, and it was not going forward. And so the only one that worked was clicking on the use webcam, which is what we're doing right now. And I can't figure out how to control what inputs I'm using. I can't even figure out like I don't want to use the laptops the webcam built in the laptop. What if I because if I want to actually show my video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my webcam, which is on a stand here, move it over in front of me, and use that one. But I can't even find where I would change the webcam camera that I'm using. And so, hang on, let me finish our little description here. We're on with Garry from Ukraine, who is from Ukraine but living in Germany, and and for those of you listening, because you're not seeing my Zoom share screen like Mike and Garry are, um, this is what I'm reading on my screen. So I see we're on with Garry, who is from Ukraine but living in Germany, and We are trying to figure out how to live stream. Obviously, we have. So this is what I'm saying. We're on with Garry, who's from Ukraine but living in Germany. We're trying to figure out how to live stream, but obviously we have much to learn. So at least there's that. And now I'm going to go back to trying to find some sort of. So the only other thing I haven't explored here is channel level settings. So, oh, here we go. Set up an overlay for your breaks. Okay. Oh, all right. I don't know. I mean, learn more. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're still in YouTube Studio. I mean, that's where we are. You know, Garry keeps on drawing graffiti with the annotates. That's funny. Okay, so the only thing I haven't explored yet is these options. Oh, actually, I did this. Okay, that's we. Come on, now. That's this screen. You can see that, right? So three views. I don't know if those were all you or if two of them were you. Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, these three could be you. Uh, and so there's that pop out dashboard, and my options there are to add stream marker. What does this mean? Like, there's no explanation for it. Like, scattered. Oh yeah, yeah. That's true. Let's do that. Thank you, Mike. That's actually what the purpose of this channel ultimately is going to be. Duh. I forget what we're supposed to be doing. Yes, okay. All right. So here we are. There's ChatGPT. So, so what kind of question was that? Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah. So that's so. Are you, Garry? Are you into anything occult? Is that what that did that symbol have anything to do with that, or were you just doodling? Not a Satanist. Yeah, yeah. It's funny, Mike, that you would pick up on that. I wasn't even really paying attention. I just sort of died because Gary's been Garry and I know each other. Well, see, well, that's probably why I'm a little bit better at focusing in on stuff than you are. Like when you and I experience that. Like we'll be watching a video together, and I'm paying attention to the video, and then all of a sudden you're like, stop, back up, because you start your mind started drifting. Yeah, and so Garry and I we go way back because I was doing the German. Oh, Garry, when you first started joining the German class, it was still being hosted on Duolingo, right? Okay, but you did join some sessions, yeah? Or did you? Yeah, I think you did. But and then We went from. Well, it's possible too that it was after we went off that platform. But at any rate, Gary and I have known each other for at least probably 2 years, and and yeah, yeah, and then in German because you were moving because first you were in Germany, then you went to Canada, and now back to Germany. Yeah, too cold. Which so I think what I'm understanding, if I'm understanding you correctly, Gary, your social life is much better in Germany than it was in Canada.
My personal opinion, perhaps.
Well, I mean, hey, that's actually not uncommon. And, I mean, I think that that's more of a cultural issue where, it depends on where you are. So, like, I'm sure, like, what city were you in Canada?
Oh,
Calgary. So is that where's that, Alberta? Yeah. So so you're up north, and it's so not only is it cold, but Calgary is that sort of is that they've held the Winter Olympics there a couple of times, haven't they? I mean, so that city is got a lot of culture. There's probably a lot of tourists, a lot of you know kind of a lot of wealthy communities around there. I mean, does that sound right, Gary? Was that your experience? Was it that there was much more upscale? Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But you said the immigrants kind of like clustered together in the Calgary where you were, and I'm guessing that's probably because they were all experiencing the same issues. They weren't necessarily welcomed or liked by the locals. And I think that maybe the reason is because of the type of place it is. Like here in the United States, there's a resort community called Vail, Colorado. In Vail, and other places too. But those places tend to attract. Uh, I don't like to use the word uppity. You know what the word uppity means? Snob,
Now,
snooty. You understand, Gary? Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so arrogant, exactly right, exactly. So yeah, I don't need to. I don't want to be with you. You don't have any money. You don't drive a nice car. You don't even have a job right now. Like I mean, like you're a low life. Get away from me. Yeah, and yes, and that's the thing. So part of Russia is Europe. That's an important distinction. But I think that as far as like you're talking about the continental plates, and I believe that part of Russia is also on the Asian continent. So I don't know where the lines are exactly, but yeah, so part of it is on the European continent, yeah, and it's just weird. Like you got the European continent and the Asian continent, but they're attached. They're attached. They're only named the continents that way because of the tectonic plates underneath them. Yeah, yeah, and you've gotten pretty fluent in German. How is how is your German studies going? Yeah, so you can navigate your way through it to pretty much any conversation, unless they start talking and with like maybe business specific things, higher level, but yeah,
I'm
just
gonna
everyday.
mention this.
Wow, yeah, yeah, right, yeah. But yeah, what Michael's talking about is Michael's talking about the capability of the earbuds being able to translate real time. So when you're talking, uh, if you're talking to a person and they have earbuds, they can have it switched to be they can have it be listening to your language, and it translates into their ears and whatever language they speak. And then if they speak, you're using the same kind of earbuds. If they're speaking in a language you don't understand, it translates into what you understand. That's what Michael's talking about. Is the technology that does that, and there's earbuds that do that now. Yeah, well, theoretically. And Michael, have you actually tried one of these? Uh, yeah, but Michael, have you tried any of these yet? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's it's yeah. All right. Yeah. We're yes. Yes. But but in the area he's in Germany, and so there might be slight differences in dialect from the north to the south. But I mean, he speaks what is called Hochdeutsch, which is the German that is taught in schools. So unless he's in a real small town where they have a dialect that that's way different, they'll understand him just fine. And they speak the same because that's what they were taught in school. But it's, so yeah, so he's got no issue in anywhere in Germany. Now, if he went to the Czech Republic, that might be a different story. He might find German speakers, or he might not. And you don't speak Czech, do you, Gary? Yeah. So yeah. So right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the difference between, say, Spanish and Portuguese. Like there's some words that you can pick up, from both because they're very similar. Oh no, I know. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. There's enough difference between English and German. Now, if we were talking about Old English, like the very first kind of actual English language, Old English and German are so close to one another that it would be easy for people to talk to. What I'm talking about is like modern day. You have Spanish, which is spoken all in many Latin countries, many Hispanic countries. If you're in a Hispanic country, odds are, you know, you're going to be understood if you speak Spanish, even if their local dialect is different than yours. They're gonna still understand you, or at least you're going to be able to communicate. If you are, so what that's what you're talking about is that you're in the Czech Republic. Uh, there, it's a Slavic based language. So in the example I just gave, Hispanic language, a Latin Hispanic language is very similar, just like a Slavic language is going to be very similar. So Polish is a Slavic language, right? So yeah, Polish and Czech and Russian, very, very, very close. So you could probably at least get by, and if you that you'll be able to understand enough, right? So we're like, I got to go to the bathroom, and then people will figure out what you're saying, right? No, not so much. So you understand, you would be what you'd understand less, and they would understand less in Czechoslovakia, or is that, did they still call it Czechoslovakia, or is Czech Republic? Czech Republic. Yeah, yeah. So in the Czech Republic, it's more difficult, but but between Ukrainian and Polish, it's a little closer. Yeah, yeah, and Polish and Russian. So Ukrainian, Polish, Russian, very, very similar languages, and even if you don't speak, Polish, you could be understood if you didn't speak Russian. If all you spoke was Ukrainian, you could still communicate pretty well with Russians or Polish people because it's very similar language. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, streaming. Yeah. Yeah. Or are you talking about? Are you talking about the word streaming, like to swim? Or were you talking about the words to swim? You know, schwimmen, or were you talking about dialects, like a dialect of German? Yeah. Oh, right, right. This is the words wise. Yeah, they call them. Oh, they call them near cognates. Near cognates because they're very close in the way that they sound. And then there's also false cognates. You know, false cognates like the word gift. The word gift sounds the same in both languages, but gift in German has a very different meaning than the gift in English. Gift in English is like I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you a gift. If you say I'm going to give you a gift in German, you're basically saying I'm going to give you poison. Yeah. So so what is a gift in German? Geschenkt. What is the German word for gift? Yeah, geschenkt. Yeah. So ich habe ein Geschenk. You know, that's I have a gift. You know, if you said ich habe a gift, you'd be saying I have poison. And you wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, well, then you wouldn't say I have poison. You'd have to know how to say I have been poisoned. Yeah. All right. So we may end up probably deleting this this thing because I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't know right now. I have no idea what it's actually recording. I mean, yeah, because it's got no video. Oh, wait a minute. What happened here? Did we stop streaming? The live stream is still up, or the. Hold on. Let me go back to Zoom here. My screen. So there's a share screen, right? So you guys are still seeing my screens, right? But what happened here? Okay, so there's 4 views. Did you possibly refresh a page again, Michael? All right. So we're going to assume that that's you. Um, close that. So what else? Live streaming. Oh, close that. What else we got? There we are. So now, why has this popped up? I don't recall doing this. All right, and I can't click out of here. So let's see. I don't know if our live stream is our live stream still up. Are you looking at it, Michael? Okay, still looks the same. I'm going to go to an incognito window here, which also should display. Hold on, let's. Okay, I had sent that link to you, so. Oh, there it is right there. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Copy link and go to incognito window. So then I can. Yep. So there. Okay, I'm gonna mute that. I don't need to hear that. And slow mode is on, so Oh, sign in. Okay, all right, sign in. All right, so I can't chat or like. Where's I could probably subscribe. No, I can't because I'm not signed in. So I would have to sign in to Google. But so I'm just an outsider looking at it. And hey, Mike, can you type something in the chat? You should be able to now because it's been way more than 10 minutes. I'm curious as to what this is here. So there's like three coffee cups in the upper left-hand corner. I don't know what this is supposed to represent. Why are there three coffee cups on the screen? Search with your voice. Okay, all right. Oh, wait a minute. What? Where did the live stream go? I don't know. I clicked on live. I don't know. Hold on. Paste and go. I must have clicked on something that took me out. Oh, I clicked on this, which meet the meet the latte art community. Oh, that's what I clicked on. That's what those coffee cups are. Yeah, hello everyone. So I see that. Yeah, I can't interact with the chat room, but okay. Now I can go back. I can go back to the pull up to the live stream. All right. So that's what people are seeing. And let's see. I'm gonna unmute for a second, and I want the both of you to talk to each other for a second. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I forgot that I got two things going on here. So, oh no, that's not. Yeah, right. Uh, where? Oh, here is live streaming. Okay, so there's the live stream incognito. Here is the live stream. So this, for some odd reason, I don't know why I'm at this screen. Uh, but wait, no, I probably want the Zoom screen. What do I need to mute? Oh, audio. So I'll mute the audio here, and then go here. So I'm going to unmute the audio on the live stream. Okay, so yeah, wow. How do I see? Now I can't. So I unmute the audio, but it's still picking. So I'll just shut up, and then you guys try and say something. I want to see if I can hear it. Gary, say something. No, okay, that's good. Okay, now I turned the so all right. So I am still hearing you guys, even though I'm muted in Zoom, and maybe I need to mute here. Yes. So how do I mute? Okay, that's, and it goes through the speakers. This is very much a learning process. So It's it's strange. Um, I can't hear you guys right now because, yes, I know that. Yeah, so this I was just going to say is that so I he's of the so right. And I think what, yeah, so but what do you, I guess what Michael, I think if I'm correct that Michael you're asking for what is the number one, what is the number one thing that you think, right, overall, but what is the number one, what is the number one reason? So like you gotta have multiple.
people, great British people. They are very,
Yeah, and well, I mean, think about it. Yeah, we're so great, and you're not because we're Texas, and yeah, yeah. I'm having trouble trying to figure out what this is actually recording as a live stream. I'm gonna exit this screen here, because when I muted the video audio here. Oh, I'm I'm muted here. Okay, here we go. Now you can hear me. So I was just saying that. Uh, I'm going to close the incognito session. What I had done was trying to figure out like how do I want to try and verify what people who would drop in on this would be hearing right now. I mean, to me this process is not as straightforward as I think it should be. Like I like here, let me close this. For some reason, in in the no, it's not even there. Where is it? No, that's I should close that. Except for ChatGPT is there, but no, yeah, that's what we were looking at, so ChatGPT. So we'll leave that for the time being. Live stream. Okay, so here is the window. Oh, that's. Do I even need this open? No, I don't. I don't know why that was open. Don't need that open. Don't need that open. So this is where we are. And so I'm trying to figure out like how do we, and this is a question that we asked, and then we went off on on a tangent as we so often do. Now let's go to ChatGPT and we'll ask the question. Do we really need? Do you want me to bookmark this, Mike? Here,
Send me a link.
I'll send a link to. Let's see, how do I do this? A copy, and we'll go to Telegram, and I'll send it to Save Messages. How's that?
I mean, you can see it there.
You can't see Save Messages? Oh, okay, all right. Well, it's just a big learning process here. Okay, so that's that. So we can get this off the screen, minimize the windows. That's not helping my confusion. All right, so I got the Zoom screen, Zoom, Zoom, and I have. Oh, I thought I closed that. Did I? Okay, all right. I thought I closed it. All right, so there's that. There's Telegram, Zoom, and then the live stream. Let's see if I can just put these two together so that we can go back and forth. So we're in this live stream, and I need to know how do I control, how do I choose my input and output? How do I choose my sound input and my video input? I guess is what we want to ask. So in figure out how to select which audio or video source I want. So ChatGPT says, okay, see, this is what, now, you don't do it on YouTube directly instead. Okay, yeah, so I know that. So it says OBS Studio, Zoom, or another encoder. Zoom to set up, but, all right, hold on. So select Zoom and audio in Zoom.
Are you reading the entire thing?
I'm parsing for keywords, and so my understanding of this is yes. So this is what I do on Zoom, okay, right here. But now, what YouTube itself does, YouTube receives the audio stream, but does not give you source selection options. It's all handled before the live stream begins in your streaming software. All right, so to select video and audio in Zoom. Okay, well, yeah, I know. All right. So choose your desired camera. Click the arrow next to the microphone. Choose your. Okay, yeah. And then once you're satisfied, go to live on YouTube to stream. Yeah. Okay. And so the next problem. The next problem. Okay. Yeah, all right. So hang on. Let me get to the right screen here. So Zoom meeting. So they're talking about these arrows here. So yeah. So I have six. So I'm using my Yeti's built-in my Yeti microphone. That's my default, and I'm using So actually, this is the default also, same as system. So that's what I'm using. Okay, come on, why did it? Now I can't. Oh, I'm clicking. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. So there. Uh, so that's fine. So now video. So now this. This has been a headache for me. So this is set for USB camera. Yet, all right. So let's cycle through the cameras. True Vision camera. So this is the one that's built into the laptop, and we're not. We're not. In order to see that, I'd have to go back to where we're outputting. So see this. So that's laptop. We're probably are we putting you to sleep, Gary? So that's the built-in one in the laptop, and then these, of course, I've complained about this many times because I can't figure out how to rename these. Uh, so there's USB one, huh? I did just now, and it appears there's nothing. Yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah. And to me, it looks the same, but to be fair, it's got a cover over it's got a cap on it, so um, yeah, so there could be so precisely. And now this should definitely look different because the USB 2 I know is going to be this USB 2 can the second USB is going to be my document, the book camera exactly. So this we go back here. All right, now that's that. What do you mean didn't start the video? Oh, oh, thank you. See, that's no, I didn't hear you. I didn't, okay. To me, it looks like the same screen though, even though I unpause the video. And and I would have imagined, I may be wrong, but I would have thought that the default was going to be. Oh, it's maddening because it's so close together here. Keep on clicking on the wrong thing. So we'll go to the True Vision camera. I don't see a difference. The first USB listed. Do you see a diff? So is there? Here, I'm gonna flip the cap on the external webcam here, just so that we let some light in. Okay, all right. So this should be you should if this were the external webcam, we would see the ceiling or something. I mean, it's pointed up at the ceiling right now. So let's go back to Zoom. And this I would think is going to be very confusing for anybody who would be watching this right now because they're just hearing. I believe they're just hearing, my side of the conversation. See now this.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think that's the case though because let's see where we at here. You do a pop out dashboard. Now, do you keep refreshing the page? Okay, all right. I wish there were a way for us to know. Just concurrent viewers. All right. Well, yeah, but yeah, right. But anyway, so I'm going to end the stream at this point because I can't edit. When I go to like, I can't select. I can't change this anymore. So the only way for me to change that part of it is to end the stream. So I'm going to end the stream. Okay. Your stream will stop immediately. Will no longer be live. Okay. Yeah.